Before this starts, I wanted to tell you guys that I do have social media. Now, I do put it in the description a lot, but I was going to put it on the screen as you guys can see. Just want y'all to know what it is. At the Royal Kool-Aid, hit me up on Twitter. Talk to me about anything you guys like, dislike about Call of Duty or anything really that I play in general. You can even hit me up on Twitch or my Discord. You know, everybody's chasing the crown, baby. And let me guys know if you guys like it. I say guys a lot, don't I? It's kind of, I should say all of you all, because, women, not just men. But no, really, though. So, look at this on the screen. Follow these Twitters, Twitches, and my Discord. And I'll even make IG if you guys want me to be honest. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. It should be fun. I just had to throw this in there. Be royal, stay loyal, boys and girls. Love y'all. I'm out. Peace. We on? So, I'm bringing you this video today to talk about now. When the game was announced and the BR was announced, I was super negative. I mean, I didn't think that Call of Duty could run 100 people. I didn't think they could run 80 people. Hell, to be honest with you, I really thought it was going to be ground war on a big map that you could loot. And I was pleasantly surprised when the beta came out. Now, 80 people ran great. 88 people ran great on PS4 as well. The amount of people in the lobby didn't feel like it made my game crash on PS4. It felt smooth. The gameplay felt like Call of Duty. The guns felt great. I enjoyed the time. And then the Xbox beta dropped later on that week. And that's when I really played because I'm an Xbox main. But to try to get early content, I have a PS4, for betas and DLC, stuff like that. So on Xbox, the beta ran okay. I have Xbox One X. Graphically, the figures look amazing. I mean, I actually loved how everything looked for the most part. Just because my graphics had a bump, I didn't see what it looked like on the Xbox One or Xbox One S. I didn't have to deal with those problems, but I like the way the models look. A couple of characters look pretty ugly. Like, I think her name is Scarlet, and that old white-haired dude from Zombies. They look weird, their body shapes. But all in all, everything, let's say, looks good for me. Weren't too bad. Some people have really bad graphics. PC said they looked okay. They're not the best graphics in the world, but they look appealing if you have a high-power console or computer. And if you're not on one of those, then maybe it looks lackluster. That was a couple of complaints that the beta didn't look like it was really good. As far as gameplay goes, like I said, great. I mean, guns felt great. No gun felt stupid overpowered. No gun felt stupid underpowered. Everything, let's say, ran like a COD game. Anybody who else had kind of like that weird, it's a BR, not Call of Duty feel. I had that feel on the PS4 where basically I would play, my gameplay was different. I didn't play like a COD. I didn't rush people. I didn't try to shoot somebody at range, All my gunfights were either super long range or super close range, or that's where I really wanted them. But then we start playing like it's a Call of Duty, just with bullet drop and bullet travel speed and like PUBG basically, without the lean. And I guess it's a compliment. I'll say that even at its worst graphically, it looks 10 times better than PUBG in my opinion. Maybe not 10 times, maybe like 2 times. Because PUBG on my X doesn't look bad either. It's just like mountains don't load in and stuff like that, and bushes look like people. So people say it's a better running PUBG, and I think this is one of the best. I think this is one of the best console. Let's say console BRs besides Fortnite. PUBG wasn't meant for console, but people wanted it so bad. It finally came. It's out of beta, but it still feels like one, kind of. Like, it doesn't feel like it runs smooth all the time, but when you go from the Blackout Beta, where on Xbox we had issues with inviting people, actually joining parties, it took forever. Those type of things. The actual let's say, gameplay of it, when you got to play, sometimes my frames drop. For the most part, everything ran silky smooth, and when it runs smooth, it feels amazing. It feels like you're playing Call of Duty. It feels like a good game, and that's one thing I was worried about, was that Call of Duty wouldn't have that Call of Duty-esque feel. You know, the fact that I could push a whole squad and things like that. Pushing a whole squad, actually able to kill more than one person. Hard to kill. It's like any game. It's hard to kill 4 people shooting at you directly. But if you give yourself cover, you slide, you use everything that you have, your 9-bangs, your grenades, you know, everything that they add, their perks, you know. They added so many things that made the game Call of Duty. Perks with equipment, guns and sights, attachments, all that. You know, all that made the game feel much better and made it feel like a Call of Duty. So, those are the pros. I had a few problems here and there, like the connectivity and not being able to invite only on Xbox. You know, it made me feel hurt. Like, you know, Treyarch doesn't really mess with Xbox anymore. I get it. Your PS4 main. I hear you. That's your bae. And one thing I didn't like is fall damage. So, if you're going down the hill and you're jumping, and you jump, I guess you jump too high, I guess. And, like, you land on a too low part hill, you take damage. It's only, like, 2 damage. But I think they could balance out, or not, it's not really a balance. It's more like I think they can make it so you're not taking fall damage for things like that. Like, maybe if they don't want you to take, like, Fortnite-style 3-story damage, you know, that's cool. But make it a little bit higher than what it is, because I feel like you take fall damage to anything, even though you're half robot, half man. You know what I mean? Like, you can still slide really far. People still have, it just feels, it's really fast movement, so people still have, like, not exosuits, obviously, boo, but they could just move really quick. And so having a little bit more fall damage gives you a little bit of leeway to not worry about, oh, I took 20 fall damage coming off of the top of a 2-story house, you know? But if they keep like that, I wouldn't break the game. Armor is annoying when you don't have armor. But when you have armor against armor, it's not that bad. They nerfed level 3 armor midway through the beta. And I thought it was a good nerf because people ate bullets. They were sponges, you know? And it was a good nerf, but at the same time, when you had level 3 armor, and you went up against a guy with level 1 armor, and you were just like, I'm sorry, bro, but no matter how much you shoot me, as long as I shoot you the same amount, you're going to die first. Even if they got headshots, you know? The game rewarded you for looting. I think it makes people camp just a tad, only because of the fact that you don't want to push people to lose your armor, which is something that happens to me a lot. You'll probably see in the gameplay, too, even like a victory, but like, I'll get shot, I'll go down, or I'll just get shot a lot and have to hide and heal. You know, so you don't push out because you're worried about, oh, I can't find more armor. The circle gets smaller, you still can't find armor, and it's kind of stressing you because you need armor to play. And I've heard a lot of solutions, but I think the best way is just shoot people in the head. The game rewards you for being accurate, too. So if you can manage to shoot a guy 3 times in the body, which won't break armor, and shoot him 4 times in the head, his armor will be intact. He'll be a little bit messed up, but it'll be intact. It's kind of like PUBG, where you can shoot a guy in his helmet and you'll knock his helmet clean off. He won't have one. Or you shoot him in a mix between his helmet and his chest. Both of them are slightly damaged, but you can eat at least 1 to 2 extra bullets from each spot because of the fact that you still have armor. So the game rewards you for getting headshots. So it's kind of like a skill caveat, I guess you could say. But the game runs silky smooth. I'm trying to tell you. You'll love it. I think if you're a Call of Duty fan or somebody who hasn't played Call of Duty in years, you will love the BR, especially because BRs are so hot right now, you know? So I just want to lead up to the October 12th release date and kind of, what's what I'm looking for? Kind of just keep the hype. But I don't want Treyarch to go overboard. I don't want supply drops every 2 seconds. I don't want anything hidden behind paywalls for Battle Royale. If they're going to do it, they're going to do it for multiplayer, which I still don't want, but I prefer like a Battlefield S system where in Battlefield, you, as you know, some guns to unlock them after you're buying the premium pass, you have to just like get 500 kills with a different weapon. I think doing challenges to unlock guns is way better. But whatever they choose, just hope it doesn't affect the Battle Royale. And please, Treyarch, update the game. If you guys update the game how Fortnite does, even if you don't do it every week, you do it every 2 weeks. I mean, hell, I wouldn't even say every month because that's kind of too long for BR to be unbalanced. So just update your game constantly. Take community feedback with a grain of salt. Please don't let people on the internet just affect your decision solely, because I felt like the level 3 armor needed to be nerfed, but I don't want them to just listen to the community. There's some things that they have to be stern about because it's their game and how they're making it. And there are certain aspects of the game that shouldn't change. Like, people are like, just take out armor completely. Like, no. If you don't realize, that would make the BR stupid, because literally you would die by a body shot from a sniper. You know, DMRs are like 2 to 3 hits. The swordfish can literally one burst you with 4 bullets. If anybody doesn't know, 50-50-50. You know, and that's 200 health, so it can really 3 burst you. It could really 3 burst you in 4 bullets. So, all in all, the game ran well. I had a good time playing it with my friends. You know, it was just great. You know, it was just great. So, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know your comments in the description. Like and subscribe, boys. Follow me on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube. Subscribe and like. I mean, it's all free. Let's just be 100. At least I'm not saying Twitch Prime. Come on, guys. Just subscribe. Be royal, stay loyal, guys. I'm trying to tell you. Loyalty over everything. When I make it, we all make it.